4.0 has finally come out, and what quality of update has come to this game? Some strong boxes for artifact that came out 2 areas ago. Honestly, that is so lazy. Like, I get it. The strong boxes are meant for people to go and get artifacts that they're missing in the past areas. But like, seriously, 2 areas ago, could we get artifacts from the last area update? In my own personal experience, it seems like most people had just farmed artifacts from the first domain that was available, because that was all the Archon needed from that last area, and she was the most powerful character in the area. It's so rare for me to farm the domain that comes in later area cycles, because it is so rare for characters later in the area's life cycle to be powerful. So it's rare for free-to-play players like me to actually pull for those characters, because we have already pulled for the Archon. And we all know how useful the Archon of the area is going to be. Now I kind of want to actually see HoYoverse make a Archon a bad character. That would be kind of funny. Now the developer have actually came out with an update for us. A discussion update telling us what they have planned for future updates, and that is kind of ridiculous, because why are they delaying quality of life updates when the 4.0 update is the perfect time for these quality of life updates to come out? What they have actually planned for us in the future is adding 300 extra spaces to the artifact storage from the 1,500 that we had to 1,800, so not much at all. They also said that we can destroy the 3-star and 4-star artifacts that we don't need. It's not like we haven't been asking for them to let us turn the useless artifacts into artifact experience that we can just keep. The developer discussion also talked about the trading card game. The trading card game that no one really cares about. There is also a leak. Apparently, we are getting Honkai Star Rail's way of doing daily commissions now. So they get a list of 7 to 8 tasks. Usually one big task, kind of like one of the 4 daily commissions that we have been getting now. And the other tasks are just small things that we would be doing in our daily playthroughs, like killing enemies, no specific enemies like what we're doing now, and doing some other small things like taking pictures. We can finally say goodbye to escorting the balloons in Inazuma, and talking to the book writers, and cleaning up the shrine, and especially the praying little boy near the commission area. We can finally skip those chores. It was such a pain to do those things. But once again, why are they delaying those updates is such an essential part of easing us into the big area, so that we can actually spend time doing the main story quest. So the crazy part to me is that we are getting quality of life updates that Honkai Star Rails have had now. Normally that's a good thing, right? We finally have updates that HoYoverse's other games have. But the thing is, those updates have been requested by us Genshin players forever now, and for some reason they just put everything that we have been requesting into the other games that they are working on. So if we are getting updates from Honkai, I hope that we can get the option to choose the short version of the dialogue. That is actually one of the things that I've noticed from my short time of playing Honkai Star Rails. When we would usually get expositions about one thing, the second thing, and the third thing in Genshin, Honkai would actually let us skip the dialogues on all the extra things and let us get straight to the point. That was such a breath of fresh air for me, because right now I've been just letting the dialogue play in the background while I let a YouTube video play, so that I don't have to read the same dialogue for the 100th time. One of the things that really bothers me is when people push back on people asking for a skip button. They say this is a RPG and people talking is a really important, essential part of the experience. That is such a bad faith argument, because there are many ways for people to enjoy the game, and one of the many ways that people enjoy the game is the world, the exploration, and the combat. In fact, one of the main components that HoYoverse used to advertise this game when it was first coming out was the exploration. They wanted us to enjoy the freedom that comes along with the world in this game. So it is such a weird thing that they're locking us into the conversations and the NPCs, because there are honestly leeways for both sides. Just let us skip the dialogues that is not in the Archon quest and let us skip the commission dialogues. Honestly, I think that HoYoverse is trying to have us locked into playing their games. Maybe even push us combat enjoyers into the new game that they're pushing right now. And it's not like I'm not down to try the new game and really grind it, but we have already fallen in love with the Genshin world and the characters that have been with us for so long now. It's just crazy that they're kind of pushing us away into other parts of the realm. But anyway, it's not like they can't go back on the words about there being no end game for Genshin, or choose to let us skip dialogues in the future, because nothing is really guaranteed. But I do hope that it is coming soon, and not before players leave Genshin for other games, because there are other games out there coming out right now that are trying to take away the best part of Genshin and make it their own. And at the end of the day, it's their choice that is pushing some of the Genshin players away from their games right now.